success. And I really don't think it's about people who are like crazy smart being successful, or people who have the most money, or people who have the most, education. It's the people who are resilient, who just won't give up. So I'm proud of my resilience.
Why Miss Barbaro? What is it about her that makes her such a vital part in our community? It's the impact that she leaves on her students, coworkers, and everyone around her. It's her ability to reach out and have such a strong bond with each and every one of her students and make them so excited about learning. Many people might be wondering, what's so great about a biology teacher? Simply put, it's all about the ways in which she becomes so much more than just a biology teacher. She becomes a best friend. It's been proven by so many of her students that by building such a relationship with her, they become so much more engaged in the learning. Everybody wants a teacher that they can count on to have their backs, a teacher who they don't just look at as their enemy, someone who actually cares about them and their education and not just about getting the information across, giving out grades, and getting their paycheck. That's Miss Barbaro. Miss Barbaro isn't just a teacher. She's a motivator, a mentor, and a friend.
She's almost always energetic and excited about teaching. Just being there. She obviously is like in love with her job and in love with all the students. Teaching is definitely like best fit for Miss Barbaro, and the school that she teaches at is definitely the best place that she could be.
So what is it about Miss Barbaro that makes teaching the best fit for her? What is it about her or all her students that makes her have so much love for each and every one of them?
I see success as when I can positively impact those around me. And I believe that if you spread your positivity to others, then they will spread and it'll be contagious. Because I believe the world needs it. I believe the world needs more positive, happy people that contribute to their community. And I think the best time to make that impact is when students are young and when students are still willing to create their personality and figure out who they are. I want to work with kids who are still trying to figure out who they are and encourage them and show them how amazing it is to impact your community, because I think that that's the most important job on this planet, to help raise other young humans so that we have them.
Have you noticed news is so negative? Have you ever heard like genuinely positive news? There's always, very, very little. I'd like you to take data when you're watching news, count how many negative stories and how many positive stories. There's a lot of positivity in the world, and we're focusing on the negative.
Miss Barbaro is the type of person who goes through life finding positivity in everything, regardless of the situation. So what is her purpose towards this goal? What is it that drives her every day to always keep a smile on her face?
She's pretty resilient, I'd say. And she really embraces the culture at VT. The way that she teaches is just really...
It's an environment where I get to live out my purpose. So purpose, I know, is, you take into account your talents, you take into account what you're passionate about, you take into account what the world needs, and what you can get paid for. Village Tech to me is my purpose, and it's an environment where I can not only teach and be around other young humans that I appreciate interacting with, but I can do it and also be creative and respected by my bosses. So that's what it is. It's something that I'm very passionate about. For some reason, every morning no matter how exhausting the day before was, or if I had frustrations, I wake up and I still want to be there. I still get excited to get in my car, and when I get closer to school, I want to play a song that, gets my mind into thinking about family and thinking about the joys of interacting with people. So I'm passionate about it, and I genuinely believe the world needs it. I think that humans are so different. So to think that there's one way that school needs to be that'll serve all humans, I think that's silly, you know what I mean? And so I just like being a part of a different school. And personally, from a professional level, I'm a little unorthodox. I like to be creative and I like to do crazy things sometimes. And having an environment where my bosses or my administrators trust me and allow me to do that, instead of dictating like what I have to do and when I have to do it, allows me to be creative and allows me to really get joy from implementing ideas, and allows me to work with students and allows me to get that challenge. I think I would get bored if I was doing the same thing every day and it wasn't challenging.
So it's all about her students, and it's all about VT. But what makes VT so different?
I think the main difference is a focus on, I mean, you know, our 3 C's are character, challenge, community. And I know people have different philosophies of education, and my philosophy of education aligns well with our mission. I think character is something that you need to teach. I think that's one of our society's biggest issues, not teaching character, but teaching kids just academics and not teaching kids character as well. You can have the smartest community ever, but if they don't have character, they're not going to interact with other humans in a way that's going to enrich their interactions, you know? If I was just teaching academics, I feel like it would be giving you simple carbohydrates that would only keep you full for maybe a year or a couple years of your life. But feeding you academics and character, I feel like those are the tools that you need to be effective your whole life. So I'm giving you like complex carbohydrates that'll keep you full for a long time. So that's the character piece. The community piece is, I think, another important aspect of education, because you're building smart, intelligent kids who are just going to think about self-serving and just think about what major do I want to major in to make the most money. Then we're not building a community of people who care about each other. And I don't care how smart someone is. I don't care how, you know, how amazing you are independently. If you're only self-serving, you have so many talents and you're not serving others, you know? So I genuinely think the purpose in life is to discover your passion and then share that with the world. And at VT, we encourage people to share that with their community. And then challenge, our challenge-based, like learning how it aligns with our design thinking. I think I can teach kids how to study. I can teach kids how to, you know, how to get a good grade or play the game in school. But unless I'm teaching kids how to see problems in the world and approach it with a design thinking mind, then I'm not building their future. Design thinking and that challenge aspect, I think, teaches kids how to see a problem, creatively and empathetically come up with a solution. I like this because it can solve the world's problems. I want my students to have that mind anywhere they go, because if you memorize information from a textbook and can spit it back out, that's not always going to serve you in the future. Those 3 C's, teaching kids character, teaching them to love their community, and teaching them to have a mind that can face challenges that they'll have in their life. Things are equipping students with what they need. I love working at VT because if I worked somewhere where their philosophy of education and my philosophy of education didn't align, I would lose a lot of my purpose and passion doing something that I didn't believe in, you know what I mean? So those are the 3 C's of VT, and that's what kind of separates us from some other schools.
Ms. Barbaro devotes her passions to her career, VT, and most importantly, her students. She lives the role of a teacher as every teacher should. From the moment she stepped onto the VT campus, she fell in love with her job and her students. Let's just take a look at the way she was on her very first day.
I am your VT science teacher this year. I'm so excited you're finally here. And I sure would like a hosting conference. I've been waiting all summer. What do you say? Oh, he's recording. When you're here. When you're here. VT is awesome when you're here. We've got pencils, we've got bathrooms, we've got teachers, we've got classrooms, but VT is awesome when you're here.
If you could describe her in one word, what would it be?
Energy. Cut.